Amongst the greatest heroes of the Imperium are the Imperial Fists, contracted to defend Holy Terra itself during the perfidy of the traitor Horus Lupercal. They also stood as the final and only barrier against the predatory orc invasion known as the War of the Beasts. Many other legends are fraught throughout this first founding legion. However, our detachment leader, Darnith Lysander, is not a veteran of any of these campaigns. However, he is forging his own legend. After being tortured by his traitorous Iron Warrior's cousins in the warp, he has made his way back and now commands the mighty fortress, the Phalanx. He has left his erstwhile command to bring about some training of a few neophyte squads while also letting some of his veterans and more venerated members of his legion venture forth into the crusade and battle once more. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that bit of history. This list is what it sounds like. I think that this list is pretty decent. There's one thing we're gonna fix right off the top. Right off the top, it says Captain. I know I put in there Captain, but I'm gonna switch to a Lieutenant. So it's a 81-point Lieutenant that has, right now, a Power Axe, Stormbolter, and the Spartean. It'll probably have the Spartean and maybe a Power Fist or whatever weapon selection. Gets me up to 81 points, or we'll see. Then after that is Captain Lysander, who is the Warlord. He features the Warlord trait. I think it's like Master Siege Craftsman? I forget what it's called exactly, but it essentially negates AP -1 when you're in cover, because while you're in cover being attacked by AP -1, you gain a bonus. The Spartean is a strength 4 pistol to AP -1 damage 2 that can shoot characters that aren't the nearest target. The whole list functions off of Bolter Drill, the stratagem that is the Imperial Fist stratagem that allows them to choose an infantry unit and shoot it again. Shoot their bolt weapons again. For some command points, which is very decent. So, Lysander heads up 3 scout squads, each with the sergeant with a bolt pistol, bolt gun, 3 scouts in each with bolt guns, and then a scout with a heavy bolter. These you could choose to be the guys that you shoot again with all your bolt weapons, but that's not what they're there for. They're just there to be nice and cheap as chips and lore and get you some heavy bolters. The ones, yet again, we're featuring some Devastators that get used as stratagems, but this one is not the Mortal Wound stratagem. This is 3 Devastator squads, 112 points each. The Space Marines, the Devastator Sergeant has a Storm Bolter. Each of the Space Marines or Devastators have heavy bolters, and there's the Armorium chair. These guys are for when you shoot the stratagem. You select these 4 heavy bolter troops and you go, alright, I shoot my heavy bolters a bunch. They're inside of Razorbacks with twin las cannons each, mostly because knights are a thing and you're going to need some las cannons to hopefully slow a knight down. There's another selection in here that will hopefully slow a knight down a little bit. Maybe not though. We might want something else. There's that is all headed up by a Tech Marine on bike. There's a Librarian on bike also, who's got a Storm Bolter and a Force Stave. You might get the idea with this list where I'm trying to put a bunch of bolt guns in. They are headed up by a company champion on bike who's got the Shield Eternal. And then there's also a squad of 4 Space Marine veterans on bikes, each with a Storm Shield and a Storm Bolter. That's quite an expensive list, but unit, but they should be able to soak some pretty decent damage with all those T5 moves and Storm Shield saves. The final weapon is 3 Dreadnoughts with twin heavy bolters, a Dreadnought combat weapon, and Storm Bolt. Hopefully you can get your Dreadnoughts in on some knights to do some melee combat when their knights try to get nasty. But if that doesn't work, maybe switch out the Dreadnoughts for something that you can get a Melta in on the knight, right? Or maybe a bunch of Hellblasters, but I didn't want to put any primaries in this list. And I thought that, 3 Dreadnoughts would be a threat to a knight, especially in the right position. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this.